terrible! Haha! Alrighty. What's up, everybody? Peter Joseph here, your tribal god of extreme, back at you again with a Saturday afternoon video. Right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down there in hell, otherwise known as the screech marks below, on this very channel, and show my other channels your love and support by subscribing to them as well. Leave a comment on any one of my videos on those respective channels, but don't leave stupid comments. Bye-bye to you. You'll be sent to the Shadow Realm, where Satan will eat your soul. He will do it. Trust me on that. I don't lie about that. But if you're going to be stupid, then do it on your dead channel with 24 subs. That's the way it is. The way it is. You can't respect my channels, then get out of here. But you're going to stay because you love me, and you pretty much, I don't love you, and you can pretty much suck my dick. And that's all I got to say about that. But for everybody else that's an actual real person, then you can do that. But it is pretty much what it is. And yeah, my hair is a little bit messed up today, but it is what it is. I just woke up an hour ago and I took a shower, so I got to do good for you ladies. And that's all I got to say about that. But anyway, for all those real people who want to leave comments, then leave a comment down below on this video and any one of my other videos as well. Just show your love and support, or talk about the topic at hand, if you will. And that's it. Follow me on social media as well, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you miss anything, you're SOL. And you know what that means. And if you don't know what it means, for the love of God, look it up. And that's pretty much it. If you still don't know what it means, maybe you need to get slapped violently. That's the way it is. That's that. And if you're brand new here, coming to my channel for the very first time, not in the past, great. If you were a subscriber in the past, great. Resubbed, whatever. But if you're brand new here for the very first time, and you like what you see, you want more of it, then hit that bell, hit that subscribe button on my channels. Sit back, relax. You grab a cold one like this one, or whatever you got. Sit back, relax, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. You like it? Great. You know, there's the door. Don't let it hit your stupid, smelly, fat ass on the way out. You don't have to be here, but you're going to stay because you love me and you got nothing else to do in your fucking life. I got a life. I got things to do. I'm going to be actually going out after I finish this video. Got to do some shopping. I got some other errands to run. And then I'll be back to watch Deadline tonight for NXT. Should be a great show, great card. But we'll talk about that later. With my predictions on episode 50, the Golden Show, not the Golden Shower, but the Golden Show, episode 50 of the Shadow Slayer 2.0 series, coming your way a little bit later. Not right now, but a little bit later. But thank you all for watching on this beautiful, cold, a little bit cold here in the Northeast. Gonna be warming up a little bit as we go into early next week. Gonna be around 60 here, and then right down the drain before next weekend, and back up to the 50s. That's what I hate about the weather. It's up and down like my dick in your mom's ass. So that's why everybody gets sick. Because you don't know if it's hot and cold. One day's hot, one day's cold, one day's hot, one day's cold. Make up your mind! But it is what it is. Winter is coming. Well, besides AEW's winter is coming this Wednesday. But officially, winter is about 2 weeks away, actually. Because it is December the 7th, 2024. 18 days away to Christmas. I hope you're doing your Christmas shopping this weekend. And definitely next weekend. Because the week after that, it's going to be packed at the stores. And online, too. So, you might want to do it now. So, and then travel is going to be a mess. So I would do it, if you're going to be here for Christmas, I would start getting my travel plans in gear and not do it the weekend, well, maybe the weekend before might be, You might get some, you won't get so many delays at your airports. But I would leave early to get your flight, not late, because, depending on the weather, of course, hopefully you'll be, if you're coming from another state, another country, hopefully you'll be with your families for the holidays and for New Year's Eve and into 2025. And hopefully you get here safe and get home safe too. But have a happy and safe holiday season as we roll on with the next 18 days to Christmas, 24 days away to the end of the year. Can't wait for that. 3 weeks away from the end of this godforsaken year. And then we begin 2025, and hopefully new beginnings, fresh start, hard resets, Donald Trump's in the country, and everything's gonna hopefully be okay. Hopefully. But he did say on day one, a lot of shit's gonna happen on January the 20th. A lot of shit. Meaning grocery prices go down, gas prices start going down. Hopefully the wars in Ukraine and Russia, goodbye. Hamas and Israel kind of having a ceasefire right now. I don't believe that for one bit. But hopefully 2025 doesn't start with chaos. But we'll see what happens with that. And hopefully, Mr. Trump, he's in France right now talking to the French Prime Minister, and France is up a wazoo right now. But that's another story for another time. And he's also going to be meeting with President Zelensky of the Ukraine. How that's going to work out. That he might pull the money from giving all our military money away to Ukraine. I don't know what's going to happen. God forbid, he's like, they pull some away, and then Vladimir Putin is like, ha ha! He's all happy and everything. I hope not, but fuck him. And that's all I got to say about that. So, lots of things going on in the next month or so before Mr. Trump goes into office for the next 4 years. It's hopefully going to be a great 4 years, and then we'll see what happens in 2028 when he is not going to be reelected. Well, I don't know why they're saying that, he won't be in office in 2028 because it's his second reign. I thought if you run for office the first time, and you don't get reelected, it's an extra 8 years, right? That's how I grew up in school hearing about that. And now, he didn't get reelected in 2020. Okay, we know that. That was chicanery and bullshit. Now, he's president again. He's going for another 4 years, which will make it really 8. And he can't run again in 2028. So maybe Vice President J.D. Vance will be on the ticket and possibly going against that slut. Not that slut, but that cunt. Kamala Harris? I hope not. I hope not. She already felt the power of Trump. Now she's going to feel the power of J.D. Vance. I don't really think the Democrats are going to now we're gonna do good now that Trump did shit for 4 years here, right? I hope she doesn't run in 28. I hope and pray not. If you want to do this again, Kamala, you want to get beat again, not beat, destroyed again in the polls, and then you do your interviews, you can't even answer a fucking question. And then you go to debate, you can't answer a fucking question there either. You're not made to be president. Get out of here. Go fuck yourself. Why don't you go take care of Sleepy Joe at the old folks' home for the next 4 years? Fuck you. And that's all I gotta say about that. And that's my political rant of the day. Thank you, and I'm proud to be an American. And that's it. Alright, not about that, but once we get to 2025, ladies and gentlemen, everything will hopefully be back to normal, like it was in 2016. It was just that little pause for those 4 years. Ow. But it is what it is. That's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got Deadline coming away tonight. I think at 7. But we'll talk about that later. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, hope you got your beverage of choice. And hope you have a great Saturday, the first official weekend of December. And we're counting down those days to level 48, Christmas, and New Year's. So, it's going to be a great next 2-3 weeks. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright, on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, it is time. By the way, my name is Peter Joseph, but you knew that already. If you didn't know, now you know. I am a content creator to talk about the wonderful world of professional wrestling or whatever the fuck I want to talk about. You like it? Great. You know, fuck off. And go do your own fucking video on your dead channel that nobody cares about. It is what it is. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late and out-of-date Smackdown and AEW Rampage reviews for last night, December the 6th, 2024. And that's it. Alright, so Smackdown, let's get to Smackdown, of course, because it was the show before Rampage. Smackdown, I thought it was a pretty decent show. Didn't have Roman on it, which sucked. But we might see him next week. And maybe at Saturday night's main event next Saturday night. We'll see what happens to that. Maybe Monday. I doubt Monday, but you never know. Alright, but anyway, SmackDown with their Aftermath show from the Survivor Series. We got a big opening recap of that. With Roman's bloodline destroying Solo's bloodline. Thanks to Punky Brewster. We got that. We have a new United States champion. And that's Shinsuke Nakamura. We're going to hear from him. Possibly a certain guy named Eli Drake. That's not an insult. That's a fact of life. Yeah. Might see him. We got Cody. MDK Cody. You bitch. Gonna start the show. I'll get to that in a second. And also, we got a triple threat match in the Women's United States title tournament. We got Naomi, the lovely Alexa Lopez, and Minnesota's own Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time. Tiffy time. Daddy! Yes. Yes. I'm home! Okay, I know. I saw you last night. Now get that sandwich ready for me. Okay, Daddy. Would you like mayo on that? No, that's fine. Yeah. Anyway, we got that. We got Tiffy Tiff in our hometown. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Alright, so let's get into it. Let's not waste any more of your time. Alright, so SmackDown emanated from the legendary Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That great place where the Minnesota Timberwolves play. And the Wild, I think, too. Both teams suck this year. Pretty much. But we'll talk about that later. The only good thing in Minnesota is the fight queers. But that's that. Alright, so we have the legendary Mitchell Cole and Corey Slave on commentary. And we had something called a transfer window is being implemented in WWE, meaning people from SmackDown can go to Raw, Raw can go to SmackDown, or Raw or SmackDown can go to NXT, and vice versa, NXT can go to SmackDown and Raw. What a concept! How about just end the brand split? And it's going to be a major draft coming up, and I think they said, what I heard on Ringside News, early 2025. Major draft. My ass. As long as Roman stays on SmackDown, I mean, if it goes to Raw, I don't care, but as long as it doesn't go to NXT. What would he do in NXT? Just annihilate everybody. But, like, who cares? But you never know. Remember when they did the draft and Hunter went to SmackDown and then went back to Raw the same fucking night? Hunter didn't want to do Tuesdays. Basically. when SmackDown used to be taped on Tuesdays, then we'd see it on Thursday or Friday. Now it's live every fucking Friday. Most of the time. What that would have been? You know, I always talk about the what-ifs of wrestling. What if Hunter was on SmackDown every fucking week? I know, before the brand split, he was. During the Attitude Era. When he was on I think he was on some SmackDowns with the Fist. And then the Oval stage and everything else. Not every week, per se, but when the draft happened, he was just mainly on Raw. But what if he got drafted to SmackDown that was a permanent face of SmackDown? Then you got guys like The Undertaker and The Rock maybe on the same show. That would have been exciting, actually. What was it? But, what could have been? Anyway, I said Mitchell Cole and Corey Slave on commentary. They talk about this fucking this talent window. I think it's ridiculously stupid. I mean, we had Chad Gable on the show and American Made. Melo's fighting somebody next week. A new superstar. I wonder who that could be. Trick. Probably be Trick Williams. People are saying Trick Willie. I doubt Trick Willie, but you never know these days. It might be Coolio or Lance Lanoy. I doubt that too, but it's a new superstar. Whatever that means. But we got that. But anyway, before we get to all that. Alright, so commentary recaps the injuries in the men's War Games match, showing Bronson Reed just breaking his foot. Ugh. The way they show that was how he landed on that ankle and went, ugh. Nasty. So he's going to be out indefinitely. Tonga Loa has a torn bicep. Oh, you're going to be out for at least 6 months. So he's got a torn bicep. He's out indefinitely. And then Jimmy Uso broke his toe. And he's out indefinitely. And there's talk that next year, they might even do War Games next year. I think I agree with that. Because every year they have War Games, everybody's getting hurt. Bianca has messed up ribs. I don't know, any of the other women got hurt in that match. Not Io or Tiffy Tiff. Candice LeRae and Mommy and Liv Morgan and Raquel. Bayley. I don't know if Bayley's out. She was on SmackDown this week. Maybe taking a week off. I don't know. But, yeah. War Games is a fucking brutal match. Like any other match in WWE. Like Hell in a Cell. The Elimination Chamber. Freaking Falls Count Anywhere match. Some shit like that. Hardcore matches. They're brutal. And you can get injured. Badly. But I kind of agree with certain people on Twitter and around the so-called community that War Games, I think, should take a year off. Next year, don't even do War Games. I say next year Survivor Series, bring it back old school and have 5-on-5 Survivor Series matches instead of War Games. So yeah, Regal, you can sit out next year, Sunshine. But you never know. I don't know what, depends on what Hunter wants to do, But yeah, these injuries are just horrific, some of them. And even back in WCW, they were horrific. When, I think it was Bobby Eaton, God rest his mighty soul, got powerbombed by Sid Vicious right on his fucking shoulder, broke his shoulder. I think Colonel Rob Parker fucked up his elbow. A lot of people got hurt in War Games back in WCW in the early days of the NWA. It was crazy. That match was, sick. Blood everywhere, not so much now, but crazy. So, who knows if War Games is going to happen next year. But it's a long way to go before we hit that. But anyway, alright, so we get that. And then we see Apollo Crews come in, goes through security. And then we see Solo Mibuki, along with Jacob Fatu. I love you, Solo! And Tamatanga. They're there, and Solo just pushes past Apollo. Apollo kind of takes offense to that. And Jacob super kicks him right in front of the freaking security guards. And then Solo and his crew beat up the security guards. I assume that Apollo didn't acknowledge Solo, per se. But who wants to acknowledge Solo these days? I was thinking we get Solo versus Apollo Crews, or Jacob Fatu against Apollo, or Tamatanga against Apollo and squash him like a bug. But they just beat him up in the back. It makes sense, I guess. So we're gonna hear from Solo and crew a little bit later. But first we get to Cody, that bitch. Bores us for another 10 minutes. Gets right to the point. Talks about KO, Kevin Owens, and his title match for the Undisputed title at Saturday night's main event next week. And then of all people, American Made comes out. We have the Creed brothers, Julius and Brutus, with the lovely Ivy Nile. And they come out with Mr. Chad Gable. Oh, thank you. Talks about... we find out the transfer window is opening up. Nick Aldis has been talking about bringing Chad Gable to Smackdown. Of course, he's not doing anything good on Raw either, so... Anyway. And he's like, you gotta remember that the people here in Minnesota are gullible. So he kind of makes fun of the people in Minnesota, saying, I was the greatest thing to come out of Minnesota. What? The greatest thing that came out of Minnesota is Brock Lesnar, you dumb fuck. I'm sorry. And Shelton Benjamin and Arn Anderson, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, you forget that? Tiffy Tiff is from Minnesota. You're not the greatest wrestler in Minnesota there, Chad Gable. I'm sorry. Brock Lesnar might have to have a word with you, sir. But I digress. Anyway, so Gable gets in the ring with with the rest of his crew, and he wants to be like Cody, and he can dress like him in nice suits that's not from the Men's Warehouse, because when Cody goes there, he goes to the fucking dollar store. Chad Gable, he might go to the Men's Warehouse because he might like the way he looks, but when I go, I love the way I look when I go to the Men's Warehouse. But when I wear my nice suits and stuff when I go out. Not to concerts, per se, but when I go out to parties and shit. Nice events, weddings and all the good shit. Funerals, blah, blah, blah. You gotta look good. Date night with the woman, of course, you gotta look good. Can't look like this, unless you're going to a wrestling show. But then again, whatever. But anyway, so the other thing, Gable realized that Cody is a terrible friend, just like his former friend Otis. Okay. He says Cody is the definition of superficial, SAT word by the way, because he only cares about what people think of him. And Cody starts thinking like the Macho Man, oh yeah. Get it? Okay. And so he brings up Gable's time. He's like, hey, Shorty G, you might be Shorty G. Meet Stardust. Stardust. Okay. So I got a little chuckle there. Anyway, Cody lost last year at WrestleMania and it made him think things could go wrong. Well, they kind of did. Because your little peck went pop. And, so he tells Gable, what's going to happen for you when things go wrong for you? Well, that doesn't sit well for Chad Gable, who says, I would take you out if not for the suit you're wearing. Gives a fuck about the suit. Fuck him up. Cody cuts right to the point, issues a challenge for later in the night in the main event. Says, I'm going to issue a challenge for later in the night, even though I got Kevin Owens next Saturday night. Which is kind of bad for you there, Chad. So the match gets made official, and I don't give 2 fucks about it. So the segment I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. That's it. Alright, then Michael Cole and Corey Graves confirmed that the transfer portal, now it's a portal, not a window. We'll be going through a portal like we're in Battlestar Galactica? Or in Star Trek? Going through portals to another dimension? Next thing we know, we'll be in the Shadow Realm. Like in Mortal Kombat or some shit. Transfer portal. What? I mean, just call it a brand split! Or I'm not even saying a wild card. That was bad. It's called a talent exchange. Fucking idiots. Alright, so you're saying this transfer portal is indeed open and wrestlers can move from Raw to Smackdown to NXT, and vice versa. No word on how long or when this might actually happen, but it's kind of starting. I hope it ends really quick. It's a waste of time. We get that. Alright, then we go to the back. We have Bianca Belair. She's Bianca Belair. She plays with her hair. That's actually her fucking hair. She's Bianca Belair. And Naomi, who always feels the glow. Jimmy Uso would know. Anyway, they're in the back. They're both banged up. We see Bianca's rib, I think it was her left side, all taped up after War Games. So they talk amongst themselves, I think, about what happened with Bianca, not Bianca, so Jade. Like, I didn't attack her. I still think it's Bianca, but that's just me. But anyway. Alright, so Naomi leaves for her match with Elektra Lopez and Tiffy Tiff, and then Chelsea Green! She comes in with Doudrop, Piper Niven. They start mocking Bianca for losing in the tournament. You know, saying, oh, it's like, and then Bianca's like, well, if I didn't have to leave, I would have kicked your ass. So that doesn't really sit well with Piper, and Piper basically takes her out. Because, so Bianca actually thought that Piper might have taken out Jade. And then they start fighting. They beat the living crap out of Bianca's ribs. And Bianca's got a match coming up later against Piper. That made no sense to go fight, you know, but anyway. Alright, 2.25 out of 5 stars. So, before we get to the triple threat match, we see Jesse the Body Ventura in the crowd, the 38th governor of the great state of Minnesota. What I tell you, man! So he's going to be special commentator next week, outfitting at Saturday Night's main event. That should be fun. You can't say, McMahon! Will you know something? McMahon! I tell you, man. No. So we got that. So it's going to be fun next Saturday night on commentary. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we go to the triple threat match in the Women's United States Title Tournament first round match. We're finishing off the first round. We got Minnesota's own Tiffany Stratton wearing a Minnesota Vikings colors. Purple and gold, which is really the Lakers colors too. I don't like the Lakers, Daddy! Anyway, she takes on Elektra Lopez of Legado and Naomi. And it was a pretty decent match. You know, Tiffany got a massive pop. So, Elektra Lopez throws Naomi, who was already banged up enough, to the floor. So then Tiffy Tip tries a chip shot, which doesn't work. Elektra drops her, followed by another knockdown on Naomi. Tiffy comes back and cartwheels right over Elektra Lopez, sets up a basement dropkick for a near fall. Then the handspring elbow. I guess she was a cheerleader in her former life, I guess. I don't know. Does very well. I do those flippy gibbity doos very good, Daddy. Thank you for getting me all those gymnastics lessons. Yeah, those are a lot of money there, Sunshine. Anyway. So she hits that on Elektra. Naomi comes back with a high cross body to Tiffy Tiff. And then steps on her back in the corner. Ow. But then falls over the top, dumbass. And then caught herself, because that could have been really bad. Nice save there, Naomi. Almost turned into a botchamania moment. Anyway, then we get a double springboard stunner, which kind of worked. Sends Tiffy Tiff and Elektra Lopez outside, but Tiffy Tiff comes right back with a double stomp to smash Naomi on the apron. Ow. Go back in. Elektra grabs a half crab on Tiffy Tiff, and then plants Naomi for a near fall. And then Elektra with a Blue Thunder Bomb, which, as we all know, if you're not Sami Zayn, it doesn't work. She gets a near fall on that, on Naomi, as Tiffy Tiff made the last second save. Wasn't that last second, but anyway. They get back up, they beat each other up until Naomi hits the rear view. Ass to the right to the face of Tiffy Tiff. But then Candice LeRae, of all people, comes out for a distraction. And Elektra breaks up the split-legged moonsault. And, but Naomi, and then Elektra tried for a hangman's neck breaker from the top. Couldn't get it, and Naomi hits a layout reverse DDT. Or almost like not a scorpion death drop per se, but just a backwards DDT. Then she hits the split-legged moonsault on Elektra, but Tiffy Tiff throws Naomi out the ring. Then she goes up top, hits probably one of the best moonsaults ever next to Io. That's the prettiest moonsault ever. 1, 2, 3, in a little over 7 minutes, Tiffy Tiff goes to the semifinals where she will face Mia Yim. And on the other side, we got Bayley taking on Chelsea Green. So the finals will be next Saturday night at Saturday Night's Main Event. I still think it's going to be Chelsea Green and Mia Yim. I hope Chelsea Green wins the belt. I think she's going to hold it for a while, but who knows? Who knows with that. And I hope Zelina Vega wins the Intercontinental title. But that's it. Alright, pretty decent match. I gave 3 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, so commentary talks about the tournament again. For those of you who didn't hear that. And then we run to the back where the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, will have a tag team title match against the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. They've been attacked by who? I wonder who. Probably Ciampa. So Nick Aldis goes to deal with that, and then he goes on his phone. I don't know who he's gonna call. Ghostbusters. No. So he tries to make a call, but he runs into the Motor City Machine Guns anyway. So he tells them the match is not going to happen. And then Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, pops up and says, "Hey, we want the title shot." And then Alex Shelley, because he's Gargano's mentor, says, "You want it? You got it." And then Aldous like, "You want it? You guys want it? Yep, okay." So there you go. So DIY now gets that title shot. So match is made, but Aldous says, "Tell Tommaso Ciampa to not make me regret giving you guys the match." Of course, Gargano hasn't really gave Ciampa an answer. But we'll get to that in a second. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to Bianca Belair and Piper Niven with Chelsea Green at ringside. To the dismay of Michael Cole. What's with you, Michael Cole? You hate Bayley, now you hate Chelsea Green. Who else don't you like in that fucking women's division? I digress. Anyway, so Bianca powers Piper into the corner to start. Cole talks about Jelly Roll. Hunter says he had the best choke slam of the year at SummerSlam. Wasn't that bad. I mean, it was vicious. Not like Sid Vicious, but, God rest his mighty soul, by the way. But, I mean, you want to put that at choke slam of the year? I've seen better. Just saying. Anyway. So Bianca tries to pick up and slam Dewdrop. That don't work. Especially with your bad ribs. And Piper's fat! Anyway. But Piper's basement crossbody makes that even worse. Then the pace slows down a little bit. Bianca is sent into the corner. And we get a Abyss Black Hole Slam for a near fall. Go to break, come right back. Bianca fights out of a 1924 abdominal stretch, then gets crushed with some backsplashes by Piper. But Bianca fights up, once again, using her Super Cena strength. Manages a choke, but Piper flips her down again. Then Piper hits another splash. Ouch. Oh, actually, she missed it this time. And Bianca sends her into the corner over and over and over and over and over again. Then a big high cross body gives Bianca a near fall. Hits a spear, of all things, for a near fall. And then she's like, ah! Fuck! She's all pissed off. And then for some reason, Bianca tries the KOD. And Piper hits one scary looking Saito suplex. Broken in half almost. Oof. And then Piper charges into that spine buster by Bianca. And then Bianca tries for a handspring moonsault. And Piper got her knees up. They get back up. Piper goes for the Piper driver. She hits that. We get a very near fall. Bianca barely kicked out at 2.99999999999 Batman 5. And then she goes into the corner. And then Chelsea Green gets pulled in by Bianca before Bianca somehow manages... It takes Chelsea out. Like, throws her over the rope. And then... Blah, 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 blah. And then Bianca, once again, eats her Super Cena spinach. Somehow picks up big, fat Piper Niven. Hits the KOD onto Chelsea. Ow! And somehow gets this win. Wow. I mean, you can't take away what Bianca Belair can do. I mean, she's picked up Piper Niven, she's picked up Nia Jax, hit the KOD on her. Somebody find out what she's eating, and that has to be that Super Cena spinach. So anyway, Bianca gets the win over Piper. 2.5 out of 5 stars. That's it. Alright, then we're going to look back at Shinsuke Nakamura's big, clean U.S. title win over Eli at the Survivor Series. We're going to see him in a little bit. Alright, but first, before we get that, we're going to look back at Mommy Rhea Ripley's team winning the Women's War Games match over Team Liv Morgan, with Rhea hitting a super riptide on Liv through a table. So we got that. Io with her crazy stuff she did off the top of the cage with the trash can. Tiffy Tiff hitting a super duper senton splash. And surprisingly, nobody really got hurt in that match, besides Bianca with her ribs. So we got that. So, speaking of Bianca, Bianca's walking to the back, passes by Nick Aldis, who was talking to Dominic Guerrero, they say, about something. You know about that, Eddie? I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe a title shot. I don't know. What's your son? Doesn't he tell you everything? I don't know why he tells me everything. He never tells me sometimes. That gringo. Wait, that's your son. That's not nice to say about your son. Come on now, Eddie, be nice. I'm sorry, pero I was just not in the mood today. Something happened last night with China? No. I was just depressed. Why were you depressed? You got Hector up there. Not Hector, you got your other, your dad up there, you got all the people up there, you got Mikey Boy up there, you can hang out with Mike. I didn't want to hang out with anybody, I just wanted to be alone. Okay, that's fine. Mike, did you do anything bad to Eddie? I didn't do anything! I was just hanging out the bar all the time! Why are you blaming me all the time? I just asked the question, Mike. Calm down. Damn. Why do you think I always blame you for everything, Mike? Calm down for once. I'm sorry. I just get worked up sometimes. I know. Yeah, just eat your Snickers. You'll be fine. Just get away from Jerome, and we'll be fine. Yeah, Jerome caused a panic last night almost. Oh, what else is new? What did he do now? I don't know. He tried to like use his sight on somebody. Is that true, Jerome? That's not true, motherfucker. What are you talking about? I saw you with the sight. Oh, Mike, calm down. Jerome, put that sight away. I told you that before. So I'll have to talk to the Lord. Motherfucker. Just calm down and have fun. Alright, that's it. Mike, you want to say goodbye? Bye! Okay. You know. The shit that happens with these guys. Anyway. Alright, so Dom talks to Nick Aldis about something. Those little things you don't see on the show. Anyway, so she runs into Naomi again. And she's sick of Tiffy Tiff and Candice LeRae. And then Byron Thaxton, where were you on the show, comes in, says Piper has an alibi for the Jade attack. So Bianca and Naomi are going to find out who actually did it. So was it Piper all along? Or does she know who did it? I'm interested. So we'll see what happens with that as we go to next week. Alright, so I get that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get Shinsuke Nakamura with his epic theme. His makeup, holy shit. His makeup kind of looked like a little bit of a mix of God of War. A little bit of Motionless in White. A little bit of Avatar. Something you're not telling me there, Shinsuke? You like that heavy metal? Up the irons, my friend. Oh, speaking of that, I gotta do a video maybe later today if I have time before deadline. Nico of Iron Maiden says bye-bye to Iron Maiden. After 42 years of touring. Guess he wants to be with his family. He's got a restaurant down in Orlando, not Orlando, but the Fort Lauderdale area. I've been there. I haven't seen him. I've been to that restaurant, that rock and roll restaurant in Fort Lauderdale. Pretty damn good place. They play you see a lot of Maiden merchandise. It's insane. They play a little bit of Maiden every once in a while. They got Iron Maiden beer. I tasted it. It's not bad. Good food. Good food. I've been there. I was there like, what was I there last? It was like 4 years ago, I think. 4 or 5 years ago, I was at Nico's place. I was hoping to go see Nico, but, he was not there, obviously. Maybe he was on tour. I don't know if he was on tour during that period, but if he was, it would have been nice to see him, though. But now, he's off tour. Hey, maybe he'll be at his restaurant every so often. You never know. He's there once in a while, I've heard from people that have been there. I actually went there, wanting to meet Nico. I go in and say, hey, is Nico here? No, he's not here. Shit. But I took a lot of pictures of all the Maiden shit. Eddie! It's a great place. It's in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Just look it up. Look it up and go try the food. It's good shit. Ribs. It's a ribs place, I think. But they sell like burgers and chicken and various stuff. Not that expensive per se, but. And yes, I did pay for my meal with Rosa. Me and Rosa bought our own meal and, blah 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 when we were down in Florida. So, but I digress. Blah 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 blah. But it's a good place. We've been there before, so. When we visited Orlando, we passed through. We were going down to Miami and everything. We stopped off at Fort Lauderdale to go there. Good time there. Good times in South Florida. You gotta love it. I miss that. I miss going there. I might be going there next year. I haven't been to Nico's restaurant since I went there the first time. But the place to go is glow-in-the-dark mini golf. That is the shit. Various places in Florida have it. It's great. It's in not 3D, but it's in the dark. You're playing putt-putt in the dark, basically, with neon lights and shit. Good shit. I lost, obviously. But... And no, Rosa didn't beat me. We were with, like, 2 other people, and one of them beat me. I came in 3rd place. I was rusty. I haven't played putt-putt in so long. But we don't call it mini-golf. We call it putt-putt. Putt-putt. Putt-putt in the butt. No. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so Shinsuke Nakamura comes out looking like he went to an Avatar concert. Avatar is an epic band, by the way. So is Motionless in White. Anyway, so he comes out, he's about to talk about, being the United States champion for a 2nd time, but then Eli Drake, that's an insult, that's a fact of life, he comes out, interrupts, but before he can even say anything of substance, before Shinsuke can say anything, so Eli doesn't really think much of Shinsuke becoming the new United States champion because that title belongs to him. So he issues a rematch, like right here, right now. Shinsuke's like, I was waiting for him to go, come on! Shinsuke didn't say anything. So Eli says the only thing Shinsuke has done to his face is spray that mist into his face. So he puts on his glasses, makes sense. And he marches to the ring. And then Andrade comes out, he's like, why are you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy. So he comes out, I'm like, triple threat? Possibly. So anyway, he comes out, and then Eli says that this is my title, and when I win it, you can have the first shot at it. And then Solo's bloodline comes out, beats the fuck out of Eli Drake, beats the fuck out of Andrade, and Nakamura's like, he's like, on the ropes, kind of looking in, and I thought they were gonna go after Shinsuke for a second, or Shinsuke was gonna join the bloodline. I'm like, that would kind of be weird. And then Shinsuke, backs away for a little bit, and then the black goo starts, dripping down, and bleh. And then Jacob, being nuts, he's like, I'm just about to go after Shinsuke. And then Solo's like, hold on there, Jacob. These guys nuts. It's dripping black goo. All those Japanese people with the goo coming out of their mouth. It's disgusting. Muda would not tell you about that, because he's the master of that, but Asuka does that too. Well, she came up with the blue goo. Baka, But I think Shinsuke got that from a certain guy named Jonathan Gresham. And maybe some other people that had the black ink squid goo in their mouth. But anyway, so Shinsuke drops the goo, he's like, the goo is coming down his face and then out his mouth. It was nasty all over the fucking mat. And the bloodline kind of whoa, I don't want to mess with this guy. So, that's that. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? So Shinsuke eventually leaves, and then Solo does a promo and says, I'm still the tribal chief. No, you're not. I'm still head of the table. No, you're not. And he tells Minnesota to acknowledge him, which they don't. So it looks like Solo's group is kind of getting away from Rowan momentarily. And maybe going after people like Eli Drake and Andrade, maybe Shinsuke down the line. But I still think, when you see Jacob versus Solo against people like Andrade and Eli, it feels like a downgrade, and they're gonna get and Eli and Andrade are gonna get dismantled. It's gonna be why? And then you worry about why did they even let Shinsuke go for a second? I know he's a heel, but would you want to have Solo, Tama Tonga, and Jacob go after Shinsuke and possibly destroy him and take the U.S. title for their own personal gain? I mean, the Girls of Destiny became tag team champions on the first couple weeks in the company. The Motor City Machine Guns won on their first night, I believe. First couple nights, I think. But how did that title reign end? 43 days? Not their shortest reign, but I feel bad for Shelley and Sabin. 43 days as champs. In their first month and a half of... basically the first month and a half of the company. You hold the belt for a month and a half, and then... You get sucker punched by, by DIY. I know I went further, but I'm sorry I spoiled it for you. But it is what it is. But it was kind of weird seeing that whole thing. Like, they backed away from Shinsuke right away. I think they knew better. But we got that. So that segment was pretty damn creepy. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go in the back. We see the Psycho Killer. Tommaso Ciampa telling Johnny Gargano, oh, you got this tag team title shots? Great! But you still haven't answered my question. How are we gonna fix this? You think this fixes everything between us? Well, I'll see you out there. So we get that. Alright, then we have a video from Kevin Owens, KO. He's not happy with having to be in Minneapolis for a sit-down interview with Mitchell Cole. So he tells Cole, he says, Cole, get out here and get out here. We'll do an interview in the parking lot. That's something you don't see every day. He's like, I don't want to be in this town, especially talking to you, Michael Cole. He's like, come into the parking lot, find my car, we'll talk. That's something you don't see every day. Your guy goes out to the parking lot for an interview. And it's cold in Minnesota. It's like minus 15 with the wind chill. Who wants to go out there? Holy shit. And Kevin, you don't want to be in Minnesota, but you know how cold it is in Montreal? Well, Maryville, Quebec, Canada. You know how cold it gets there in the winter. Sammy knows that too. Technically, but... Well, I'm from Montreal too. But where were you actually born there, Sammy? You have Arab descent. And your brother's from Mexico. Generico. The man who steals orphans from the orphanage in Mexico. That's why he's exiled there. Should be fucking shot, but I digress on that. But that's a Kevin Steen joke, but I digress. Anyway, now we'll see what happens with that little kitty chat with Michael Cole and KO in the parking lot. Let me move on. Alright, so then we go to the tag team title match between the Motor City Machine Guns and DIY. I already ruined it for you, I guess. There was a little bickering in between the match with Ciampa and Gargano. You know, can they coexist still, even though they're at odds? But anyway, Shelley hits a downward spiral on Gargano. Hits that into the middle turnbuckle. Ciampa then distracts the referee. And then Gargano with the heinous act. Boom! Low blow right into Chris Sabin's nutsack. As they were about to go for Skull and Bones to finish off Gargano. And then Alex Shelley's like, let me fix my hair. I'm like, what are you doing fixing your hair? You could have stopped this. Dude. So then Alex Shelley jumps off the top and gets super kicked. Dumb. And then Ciampa's like, ha! And then Gargano's like, well, that worked. And then they hit meet in the middle. 1, 2, 3. They're the new two-time Smackdown Tag Team Champions. Go figure that one out. Under 11-minute match. I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. But I guess it worked. Chicanery. So now DIY are heels now. Which could work. We'll see. And then after that, after the break, Candice LeRae comes in and celebrates with them. So we have a mini-way reunion. Now all we need is Dexter. Well, can't get that because he's with the Wyatts. Can't get Austin Theory, technically, because he's with Grayson. I don't know why they're still together. Why is Grayson Waller and Austin Theory still together as a tag team and they hate each other? And we all thought that Theory was going to beat the fuck out of Grayson, and Theory was going to get a major push, maybe, or a minor or major push. They're still technically together. We haven't seen Austin Theory in weeks, by the way. Grayson Waller, we haven't seen much either, so what does that tell you? creative is being uncreative about being creative with those two guys. Well, now you got new tag team champions, so why can't you just have Grayson Waller and Theory go after DIY? Even though they're heels, but I don't know. I don't know, the weird booking of Triple H sometimes, you know, Hunter, you book weird sometimes, but not as bad as Tony Khan in Ring of Honor, but that's just another story for another time. And I still think, believe me when I tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, I want this to be clipped. Scott D'Amore needs to be hired by Ring of Honor. That will save Ring of Honor, in my opinion. Because they're not going to get Delirious back. Okay. No. They need Scott D'Amore. Needs to be in AEW / Ring of Honor. I'm sorry. He just... If you look back at what he did with TNA in the last few years before he got fired, unceremoniously, I might add, and now the guy from Anthem Sports is taking over and he's doing a pretty damn good job too. I still think Scott D'Amore can go to Ring of Honor and bring back Ring of Honor to the glory days back in 2006 all the way up to 2017. When Kerry was the ambassador / owner. You know, I don't know, I'll bring up Cornette, but, you know, really didn't do much in Ring of Honor for those couple years he was there. It was boring with him there anyway. And then Delirious was, you know, after he kind of was like back and forth with booking. And he was a pretty damn good booker, Delirious was, in Ring of Honor for those many years that he was booker. Jimmy Jacobs, I think, was doing some booking as well. You know, and then you bring in the late, great Joe Goff and Sinclair, which I thought was a bad idea to bring in Sinclair broadcasting for their TV show. That went nowhere. No, because nobody had the Sinclair broadcasting now. You couldn't even find it in New York. You couldn't even see it. So we had to go to the website, which you still do now, which is stupid. And they talk about Shockwave. I hate saying this. I know I'm going to probably get crucified for this. How about having Shockwave be a Ring of Honor type show? Just have Ring of Honor on, just call it Shockwave. I know it sounds weird, but still. You showcase the Ring of Honor stars. With a 1 hour, at least a 1 hour show. I don't think you're going to do 2 hours of Ring of Honor, but depends what Tony Khan wants to do with Ring of Honor these days. I know they want to get a TV deal in the worst way. Where can you get it? I think it's sitting right in front of you with Fox 5. With Fox, not Fox 5, but Fox. Would it be FS1 or would it be Channel 5 here in New York? And wherever you get Channel 5. Or you go to FX. Well, I mean, what other channel can you possibly go to? I don't think ESPN would do it. Got too much shit on there anyway. No other channel I can think of that would want wrestling right now. Can't do it. Well, you still keep it on TNT and TBS. Gotta work with Warner Bros. Discovery people, and it's like, hey, let's put on Ring of Honor on an extra night. You know, put on Thursday nights on TNT, which may probably not work because, and TBS the same thing because you got baseball playoffs, you got hockey and basketball. That won't work. So I think the logical choice is putting on like Fox. I don't know what else, and maybe FX. You can't put on anything else. Like, I mean, you could put on Access, but not that many people have Access. Because you only can get basically New Japan and TNA. I don't know, but Ring of Honor needs to be showcased more, and I think needs a new booker. Because Tony Khan cannot book that promotion at all. At all. And I told people that have been in Ring of Honor that. I told Mike Bennett that. I told Taven that. I told Miranda Alizé, who was in Ring of Honor for a brief cup of coffee. I says Tony Khan can't book Ring of Honor. I could book Ring of Honor better than that guy. Tony! I'm only a DM away, dude. Just hit me up on Twitter, baby. Hit me up. I'm down. I'll buy on the next flight to Jacksonville. Just set me up with a hotel, and we'll work. We'll work together, dude. We'll make AEW and Ring of Honor way better than fucking WWE. We'll really give Hunter a nightmare. I'll tell you right now. I got so many fucking ideas. I could book my own promotion if I wanted to, if I had the money, but I don't. But I mean, all it takes is Hunter, Shawn Michaels, and you, Tony Khan, to hit me up in a DM on Twitter. My Twitter link is down below in the gobbledygook, or somebody that watches my video, go to Tony Khan, DM them, him, Hunter, and HBK, say, hey, we got this great guy from New York who has lots of ideas and can help your promotion out, whether it be commentary, ring announcing, backstage interviews, creative, not so much writing, but I can do it all. And I would make WWE, TNA, well, not so much TNA per se, but WWE, NXT, Ring of Honor, AEW, better than it is right now. Because wrestling seriously needs to change. Have you noticed it lately? Why do you think that Raw and SmackDown are getting like 1.3 and 1.5? Because nobody likes wrestling that much anymore, because there's no good storylines except for the Bloodline, but that's another story for another time. NXT is getting between 500 and sometimes 800,000 views. Should be getting over 1 million. AEW was getting 1 million when it first started. Now, they're barely getting around 500, 600,000 for Dynamite. Rampage and Collision are getting garbage numbers. 300,000. And at one point, last Saturday's Collision got a fast overnight rating of 186,000 views. And that's at 6 o'clock. Not 4 o'clock, I'm sorry. That's sad. 200,000 people watching wrestling at 4 o'clock? What are they doing? Work, yeah, I understand that, but you're just not gonna watch the fucking show and you're gonna wait up until 6 o'clock for the Survivor Series? And the same thing's gonna happen for the Royal Rumble, which is starting at 6 on February the 1st, and the Elimination Chamber in March. Ugh. It just seems like wrestling, the last decade or so, has just gone down the shitter. We used to see Raw getting a 7.1 in the ratings during the Attitude Era, beating out the NBA and everything. And then pretty much since I can't really, I don't have the numbers per se, the statistics, but wrestling, I think since 2000 has pretty much gone, some of it has gone down the shitter, especially WWE. They went from like getting 3s and 4s and 5s in the Ruthless Aggression era, and then you go down to the PG era, the start of the PG era, they're starting to go down to about 2s and 3s. Smackdown, when they debuted on Fox a couple years ago, they were getting 3s. Now they're getting their lowest was 1.3. And I'm saying that's on USA Network now, because USA Network sucks. I mean, like, seriously, get off the USA Network. If you want to do 1.3, you do that, it's a big achievement. We 1.7, great. Now we're going to Netflix, and we get 60 million people with lagging problems. Great! You know what's going to happen? The same thing is going to happen when AEW debuts on Cinemax, not Max, Cinemax, Max, on January the 1st. You know there's going to be a lot of lagging problems. Why go to streams? Why? I mean, I have lagging problems for Ring of Honor, and that's not my computer problem, but, you know. I mean, I'm watching, people were watching the Tyson Jake Paul fight on Netflix, and what happened? Buffering. I'm like, really? Buffering during a major fight? So all these streaming sites like Netflix and Amazon Prime, not so much Amazon Prime per se, but Hulu, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, I have Paramount Plus and it rarely buffers. Rarely. But all these streaming sites, you're gonna have problems with it. Whether it be your internet connection, it could be the weather. But, I know Hunter knows he's gonna have problems with buffering and lagging problems on Netflix. I don't know how he's gonna work that out, but I bet you nothing on January 6th, we're gonna get a lot of people complaining on YouTube and Twitter and social media saying, this is a bad idea! I was watching the first 10 minutes of Raw. Look at my fucking TV. Buffering for the last 25 minutes. I'm missing. What am I missing? Fuck this. Fuck Netflix. Fuck the WWE. Complaining like little bitches. And you know what's gonna happen anyway. Fortunately, I usually don't have that problem when I watch pay-per-views on my so-called rich man's computer. I get lagging too. I don't get major lag. I'll miss a couple seconds, couple minutes of the match. But I'm on free streams. I don't have to pay a lot for my muffler going to Netflix, paying $16.99 a month. Or Triller for $9.99 a month, whatever Triller is. Or the Fight Network, or whatever, Bleacher Report, I get for free, so I don't care about that. But, and then when I watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, it rarely buffers. Rarely buffers. Because I get it on the website, and I don't pay anything. Because I'm so good. I'm Mr. VIP, motherfuckers, I don't pay shit. Oh, you're cheap! No, I'm just gifted. But I digress. But good luck there, WWE, with your Netflix thing for the next whatever amount of time you're going to be on Netflix. You're going to hate it and go back to the USA Network, I bet. Smackdown won't have any problems. It's just Smackdown and NXT should be fine, even though NXT's on the channel 11, and they're going to get like 500,000-600,000 views. I don't know how the people at the CW might like that. Oh, we expected 1 million views. The WWE expected the first episode of NXT on the CW to get 1 million views. What did it get? 800,000, somewhere around that area. That was a freaking embarrassment. And then the second week did around 700,000-800,000. And then Shawn Michaels like, oh, well, I expect to get 1 million views. What did you get? Not even close to that. That was a big slap in the face. You had egg on your face there, Shawn Michaels, and WWE. And now you can barely, even on the CW 11, you're getting 566,000 views this week. Horrible. Horrible. And Dynamite got like 6,000. 6,000 less than that. It's sad. You're seeing NXT and Dynamite going back and forth some weeks. This week, NXT won by a mere 6,000 views. And people are like, oh, WWE's great! Yeah, it's great you won by 6,000 fucking views? What planet are you coming from? So all these fucking WWE marks out there, Katie, saying, oh, AEW is getting 500,000. Well, you look at NXT's ratings, they're not that great either, dude. They're not that great. So don't come at me and go on your high and mighty podcast saying, oh, NXT's beating out AEW, WWE's great. AEW doesn't know what they're doing. There's no hope for AEW, believing what Bitchoff says. A dumb fuck like Bitchoff. Saying, oh, AEW has no hope. Tony Khan doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Oh, sometimes he does. But what happens if in 2025 AEW has a major productive year? They're gonna look stupid, right? That's why these so-called big-time, big-shot podcasters like dumbfuck JD thinks that everything that AEW does wrong is so, hey, he starts laughing about it like a dumb fuck that he is. Fucking mark you are. You're a fucking mark. And you're one of the worst podcasters in the history of podcasting. Fuck you. Saying to you, Cornette. You want to listen to real good shit? Listen to me, listen to Joe Cronin, you listen to Issa, you listen to real people that have real fucking opinions. And Busted Open Radio, too. Those great people there. I'm just saying, don't listen to a fucking shill like Cornette and Russo and JD. All fucking marks that think they know everything and they don't. Oh, I got 160,000 subscribers on YouTube. Big fucking whoop. You don't care about your subscribers. You bash AEW every chance you get. And then you open your fucking vagina, insert your fucking foot when you bash a wrestler like Asuka, like Alexa Bliss. You did that twice. Braun Strowman, and then, of all people, you bash Tony Khan, and what did Tony Khan do? He fucking ripped you a new one. And then every other wrestler in America is like, fuck JD. That's why you are not respected in the IWC, and you call yourself the tribal god, the tribal chief of the YWC, not even the Y, the IWC. Right! You are a shill, you're a mark, you're a bitch, and a fake as fuck New Yorker. I'm from Brooklyn, and Brooklyn is cool. Not that shithole you live in upstate New York, Westchester, Poughkeepsie area. And your commentary for House of Glory is garbage. I'm sorry. I can do way better than you. Joe Cronin can do way better than you. Everybody else in the history of people that can do commentating are way better than you. So don't come at me with your garbage as fuck dick riding subscribers coming at me and saying I suck. I know my view count sucks. I don't give a shit. I'm giving my opinion. If you like it, great. You don't, go fuck off and suck JD's tiny cock. Because he needs Blue Chew, because he can't get it up. That's why he's a fucking virgin. Because I haven't seen him with a woman in God knows how long. And then people praise him up the wazoo. And he's taking pictures with Issa. I mean, I cringe at that. I know Issa's cringing at pictures with him. I know it. Oh, he's so great. I mean, that's your opinion. But God forbid if I ever meet JD, I would freaking tell him how it is. I was like, you suck, dude. You are so bad. I get more subscribers than you. I'm a Braves fan. Fuck the Braves, first of all. And fuck your podcast. All these fucking chill subscribers you got sucking your dick. Your tiny cock, basically. Another guy you know that has one of those too. And he's way horrible. He's worse than you, too. 130, 140,000 subs. And he's irrelevant now. He's fucking irrelevant, that guy. I might have apologized to him, but I still fucking hate the guy. I care less what he's doing now. I care less. He has 140,000 subscribers? Great! He's still a clickbaiting bitch like JD. And Grim, Dave. That's all these people are fucking clickbaiters to get the views and the clicks and the subs and the likes and the comments and everything. You know, people like me are real. Joe Cronin, real people. He gets comments. Issa, she's real, funny, you know. Her watch-alongs are funny as fuck most of the time, and I like it. You know, sometimes she doesn't get a lot of comments in her videos. Big fucking whoop. I might get a comment or two from random people saying, oh, you know, that they agree with some of my opinions and some of my shorts and everything. That's great. You know, but then I get, you know, the haters and naysayers, and I'm talking like Sean, God forbid. I get all these dumb fucks like, oh, you suck, you're a pedophile, you're this and that. I could care less about that shit. I know my reputation in this community is garbage for what I've said in the past, but it's the past, and people still bring it up, like they can't forget about it. It's 2025 almost, we're still talking about things that happened 13 fucking years ago? I hate bringing his name up, but Will, we all know Will. Some of you do, some of you don't. Bringer of Rain 13, back in the day. He even said, and he even told me, he's like, all the shit with you that's been going on with you for like 10, 12 years, it needs to fucking end. And I agreed with him. I said it to his, I didn't say it to his face. I said it on not a panel. I said it in a comment, I think on one of his videos. I said, yeah, this shit with me and the pedophilia and all the other stuff needs to fucking end. But people will still bring it up. Why? Because they got nothing else to talk about. And my name will be brought up in videos and shit. Why? For clout. Because nobody else can do a regular fucking video. They do a video about me, it gets 1,000 views, so good for you. Good for you. Thanks for all the clout views you get off my name. I know all this is gonna get clipped. I don't give a shit. Makes me more popular. But I digress. Alright, enough about that. I gotta finish this up because I gotta go shopping and I'm getting pissed off right now. But yeah, fuck JD, fuck anybody else that actually likes him, and anybody else that does podcasts like him, fuck you. But I listen to real people, okay? Like Joe Cronin, I listen to Joe Cronin, I watch Issa's watch-alongs, which are great. Denise Salcedo, another great podcaster. Formerly the Wrestling Inc. guys. Great fucking stuff. I'm actually getting into new people now, like Solo Monster. I know he hangs out with JD a lot, but fuck him. Not fuck Solo Monster per se, but, you know. I like Solo Monster. He's pretty damn good. You know. I just subscribed to this guy who did a collab with Issa. Very good up stuff, by the way. Thanks for the shout out, by the way. Oh, Peter doesn't get shout outs. Ah! Right, I don't get shout outs. Speaking of shout outs, I want to give a shout out to my good buddy, Will Rally Sport Rally. You're number one, dude. Keep going. You're almost at 200. Getting there. Almost getting close to 200. He's a good guy. One of my faithful subscribers from a couple years ago. You know, big ups to Hugh Steven, my good buddy Hugh Steven around there. Andre Cobio, wherever he may be. Jeff the Iceman. All the people who still remember me back in the day. And all the newbies I have now in the community, well, not the IWC, because I'm not even in the IWC. Fuck that community too, but the YWC is dead. The IWC is starting to turn into the YWC. I'm sorry to say that. We still got the people that were in the YWC kind of migrating in and doing the same shit that the YWC used to do. And then you get the minions that are just coming out of the woodwork that nobody fucking cares about because they're all irrelevant bitches. oh, you've been on here for 15 years. And you have nothing to show for it. That's a lie. If all my accounts didn't go down, I would have been probably one of the best in the YWC. But, it happens. It happens, the drama happens, and, follows me around till this day. And I pretty much don't give two fucks about the drama that's happening now. I could care less what's said about me. I care less. It's just fucking jealousy and obsession. I'm not obsessed with anybody. Anybody. That includes people like Sean, people like JD. And people think I'm obsessed with simp for Issa. I mean, no. I don't do that shit. I like her watch-alongs, and that's it. I just sit back, relax, watch her watch-alongs, and watch the program, and I type in the chat, we have fun. We have fun, and that's all it's about. It's not about how great Issa looks, or how great Io's looking tonight, or whatever. It's all about wrestling and having fun on the internet in a little chat room. Not about drama and all this shit. On the holidays, people doing fucking stupid drama streams on the fucking holidays. So fucking stupid. Doing late night fucking drama streams on Christmas Eve and Christmas and New Year's Eve and Thanksgiving of all days. Why? I mean, you have your dinner and everything early in the day, and then at night you get on your stupid computer, your little Commodore 64 computer, and do a 3-hour fucking bore fest, just talking about random drama because you hate these people. So stupid. But I digress. Alright, let me finish this up. Alright, so we go to the tag title match. Like I said, Ciampa and Gargano win the match. They win the match. They win the belts for the second time. And then Candice LeRae comes in the locker room. They all celebrate. It's a little mini-way reunion. I thought it was okay. So get that. Alright, now, we go to the parking lot. Michael Cole in the cold. It sucks to be you. Not even a jacket on. What's wrong with you, Michael Cole? Minus 15 outside the fucking Target Center. I mean, seriously. In the parking lot. So Michael Cole goes to the parking lot, finds Kevin Owens' car. Duh, he's the one that's inside the car. And, Kevin's like, come on in, come in, we'll have a few laughs. And then talking, I'm like having visions of WWE ride-along. I thought they were gonna leave the building and then go down the block somewhere. Like, I thought, Kevin was gonna legit kidnap Michael Cole. That would have been hilarious. But anyway, so Owens is like, get in here. He's like, I haven't been allowed to go into an arena since Bad Blood. And last night the idea, Cole wanted to do an unbiased interview. So Cole talks about being a big KO fan, a big supporter of his, but Kevin goes about, well, what happened when Roman was ending my career? Where were you then? And then it's like, Cody calls me an egomaniac, but who has 3 sets of pyro for his entrance? I mean, legit. He has more pyro than Roman. Sheesh. Anyway, so Cole brings up the Usos, Jimmy and Jay and Sami Zayn, helping Roman, which sends KO into another rant about how I don't care about the Usos, I don't even care about Sami Zayn, but we'll cross that bridge when it comes. Uh-oh. Steen Generico Part 9000? I'd love to see that. One more time for good old sake. But anyway, Cole doesn't understand what the hell he's talking about. I was like, why are you messing... Why? It's like, why do you hate Sammy? It's like, I was like, are you mad at them because you don't have any friends? So, Cole tells KO to look in the mirror. So Owens like, oh, look. He looks in the fucking rearview mirror. He says, oh, I see a handsome man who's completely right. And he is. So KO tells Cole to get out of the rental car. Get out of there, go back to your fucking desk, your commentary desk. So then he leaves the building in some white car. So Cole leaves and Owens drives off. And I thought that was hilarious. So Cole trying to be the voice of reason to KO, like KO is gonna listen to a dumb fuck like fucking Michael Cole. Right, go ahead. I really want KO to win the Undisputed Belt now. I really hope they pull the trigger. Are they? Probably not. Because I think they're going to go with Cody versus The Rock. Ugh. At the Royal Rumble, Rock beats Cody. Yeah, that's great. That's great. And then, God forbid, what if Cody wins at the Elimination Chamber? What's Cody going to do at WrestleMania now? I wonder, what if Rock gets the belt, and whoever wins the Royal Rumble maybe beat Randy, or maybe Cena. If Cena wins, he's facing Walter. That's a definite, I'm telling you right now. But if Randy wins, does he go after The Rock? I don't think so. Or does The Rock lose with the Cody? I don't know. Or does Roman get a shot? I hope. What does Roman do What does Roman do at Mania? Does he face Punk? And Punk goes over? Hell no! I do not want to see CM Punk beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Because I think everybody and Issa will be pissed. So, that is not happening. I think we're going to see Punk versus Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania. But what does Roman do? I don't think he's going to face Solo in a tribal combat match, which should be at Saturday's main event. I think he's going to lose, probably in the final four of the Royal Rumble. Maybe he gets in the Elimination Chamber, but he will not win, obviously, because I think Cena might win the Rumble or the Chamber. But I would love to see Roman win the Chamber, then face The Rock that way. That could work. I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. But, yeah, great promo from Kevin, and I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, speaking of Walter, Nick Aldis is in the back. He talks to Walter, the World Heavyweight Champion. And then Carmelo Hayes, the man who shoots and sometimes misses, he comes in, he's like, I'm not impressed. Not impressed with Skywalker. Anyway, so he doesn't improve, so Walter leaves. I thought it was like, Mello versus Walter? So anyway, Mello asks, why don't you have any time for me? I'm your #1 draft pick. And he's like, hey, if you can't find a place for me, maybe I'll go to Monday Night Raw and be Monday Night Mello. And that kind of sounds good to him. So Nick Aldis says, well, it's not that I have nothing to, it's like, I have nothing to deal with you. I can't deal with you right now. So, but I do got something for you. You know, like, not having to deal with you sounds like balloons and a cake. And he's like, oh, I do have something for you, Mello. I have something for you next week, and it's going to be a new superstar. Whoever that is. Trick, maybe. Then again, it could be Coolio, it could be Lance Anoy. So, just teasing us like a new superstar is coming to Smackdown next week. Maybe somebody from NXT. Or maybe, I doubt TNA, but I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. We move on. Alright, so 3 out of 5 stars for that. Then we get to a main event of SmackDown. Cody versus Chad Gable. The Creed brothers and Ivy Nile there. The Creeds get involved. They get out of here. You're out. They get sent to the back. I think Ivy Nile got sent to the back because he tried for a Cody cutter. And Ivy was on the apron. That didn't work. So Cody hits the Cody cutter eventually. He goes for Crossroads. That gets reversed into an ankle lock. Cody had to get the ropes. Gable breaks up Crossroads again. Goes up top for the moonsault. Missed. And Cody does what he does. Hits Crossroads. 1, 2, 3. 12.5 minute match. He gets the win over Chad Gable in a non-title affair. And then after the match, Kevin Owens comes back. I don't know where he must have went for a donut. Or McDonald's, who knows. He comes back, gets in the ring, and he's in a hoodie, of course. Stomps on the bad ankle of Cody. And then referees and, Jamie Noble and people Ari Daivari come out. They try to stop this madness. And then Cody has a freaking messed up ankle. He's in the corner and then he just rushes at Kevin. Fake injury. And then they have a little brawl. They go to the outside. The cameraman's in the fucking crowd, the first row. And all these people are like, "Ah, shit!" Hey, you got a front row seat. Shit. I know how that feels. With having wrestlers almost in my lap. I wish it was women in my lap, but that's another story for another time. Anyway, so they end the show with a pull apart. That's it. So I don't know what's going to happen on Smackdown next week, the go home show before Saturday's main event, and then Cody versus KO. I really want KO to win the belt. I don't think he will, but I really want him to. Because Cody is boring as fucking champ right now. He is so fucking boring right now. But I digress. Alright, so that ends SmackDown. I thought SmackDown was alright, so I gave it 7 out of 10 stars. Alright, so then we go to Rampage. And Rampage started with the funky chicken himself, Mark Briscoe. Reach for the sky, boy, Jamie Snow. Alright, we get that. And I think it was the anniversary of the final Briscoe's promo when they were talking about FTR. And then we get that crazy as shit. Gotta go buck wild on that bitch. What? Buck wild. That promo. 1 year ago, 2 years ago today, actually. What might have been with that great promo from Jay Briscoe. But anyway, we move on. So Mark takes on Okada in the second week of the Continental Breakfast of Champions tournament. Pretty decent match. Okada gets the win. To earn 3 points. So he is at 4 points right now. And then we had Daniel Garcia, the Dancing Fool, taking on the Beast, Mortos, in another Blue League match. He wins that. So he is at 4 points. Really bunched up in the Gold and Blue League right now. And then Ricochet, who'd he beat? He faced Commander in his first match. Because Commander's taking over for Juice Robinson because he got injured, so he's out of the tournament. So Commander lost to Ricochet in a pretty good match. So Ricochet gets 3 points. And that's pretty much it. What else did we? I think we had a promo from Mariah May. It's always good. So I'm trying to get... Okay, here we go. My notes are loading up. Come on! Come on! What are you missing? Well, anyway. Alright, so the, while we're waiting for the notes to load, let's go to CNN. Notre Dame, the cathedral in Notre Dame in France that reopened after some weather-related problems knocked down the tower and everything, the spire. So it is now reopened. Some high-profile guests, meaning Trump, tight security, of course. So, you know that. I think we have the Pope over there. I assume. It's 8 o'clock in Paris, ladies and gentlemen. 8 o'clock! 6-hour time difference. There you go. But we have that. Alright, okay, here we go. Okay, alright, so basically 4 matches, 2 in the Blue League, 1 in the Gold League. Like I said, Ricochet beat Commander to earn 3 points. Daniel Garcia and Okada get 3 points, so they're at 4 points overall. Mark Briscoe and Mortis at 0, and Commander at 0 in the Gold League. Ricochet gets 3 points. Alright, so the Blue League leaders right now is Kyle Fletcher at 6 points, Shelton Benjamin at 3 points. No, take that back. Kyle Fletcher at 6, Okada and Garcia at 4, Shelton Benjamin at 3, and Mark Briscoe and Mortis bringing up the rear at 0. Let me get that. Then we had a segment with the Champion de Nueve, the Ring of Honor World Champion, Chris Jericho. Hi, guys! So he's in the ring, talks about what happened at Ring of Honor the night before, when Matt fucking Cardona surprised us all, came back to AEW, and issued a challenge, answered Jericho's challenge for the Ring of Honor World title at Final Battle. So, Jericho called him Zach again, and then, they talked for a little bit, and, Zach says, you're on my turf, meaning New York, even though he's from Long Island. Woo, woo, woo. You blew it. So, blah, blah, blah. So, Cardona's like, you're in my turf, you're in the Hammerstein ballroom, and I'm gonna take the Ring of Honor title away from you. And then Jericho's like, it's like, through all your accomplishments, you'll still be just Zack Ryder. Ow. And then a big brawl happens. Brian Key comes in, lays out Cardona with a belt buckle, and then Jericho slams him, takes the Ring of Honor belt and just whaps him with the belt. And that's it. I was like, Jericho's gonna beat Cardona, hopefully, at Final Battle. And I will be there to see it. And I will laugh at Cardona. Right in his fucking face. Because he knows he fears me, and he fears Mittens, too. But I digress. Alright, so, got that. Garcia beat Mortis. I told you about that. Then we get some measly, stupid, 30-second, not even 30 seconds, 2 minutes! 2-minute women's match during the death slot. So we had Deonna Purrazzo and Taya Valkyrie take on 2 Hammonagers, one big, fat woman, and then some other chick. I didn't even get their names. But anyway, the vendetta of Deonna Purrazzo and Taya Valkyrie get the win after Deonna Purrazzo, I think, locked in the Venus de Milo. This could have been an email, and it was boring. So that 2-minute garbage fest I didn't give 2 fucks about. And then we get to Ricochet and Commander. Pretty damn good match. Ricochet wins with his new finisher. I don't even know what he calls that fucking finisher these days, but yeah, hits that wannabe hidden blade type move. He gets 3 points. Big fucking whoop. So we get that. Some more Gold and Blue League action tonight on Collision. Not that I'm gonna watch Collision until after deadline tonight. So I'll do Collision, my review tomorrow. So we get that. And probably Ring of Honor and TNA as well. We'll see what happens with that. But final, so up to the date, Gold League standings. Claudio at 6 points. And right behind them is Will Oceanspray, Ricochet, and Brody King, who at 3 points, and Commander, and hi guys, it's me, Darby. I have 0, but I'm gonna get those points, and I'm gonna win this tournament for you guys, because I'm so fucking emo. I think Darby's in action tonight. Big fucking whoop there. But that should be good. I can't wait for Oceanspray and Ricochet in this tournament. That's gonna be epic. Oceanspray and Commander. Darby's taking on Oceanspray as well. I think at Winter's Coming. No, it's Claudio and Oceanspray. That's gonna be great. So this tournament is pretty damn good, and the winners will go to the winners and the second place people will go on to World's End, face off in the semifinals, and the winner of that faces off against each other for the Continental Breakfast of Champions title. Whoever that might be. It might not even be Okada. Okada has the belt right now. So if he doesn't get into the semifinals, he loses that belt automatically anyway. But if he gets into the semis and then he wins that, goes to the finals and defends the belt, against the winner of the Gold or Blue League, and he wins, he retains it, which makes no fucking sense. But if he loses it, I think it, well, I assume if he wins the entire tournament, he retains the belt, which makes no sense to have a tournament. But I think I heard something like, even if he has the belt and he wins the tournament, he still loses it, which makes no fucking sense. I don't know, I'm just acting weird, but still, that's that. Alright, so that ends, Rampage, and Rampage I get 6.5 out of 5 stars. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, I am out of here. I gotta go shopping, ladies and gentlemen, because I gotta get food, and, other things. I gotta go on a couple more errands as well, but I'll be back in a few hours to do my deadline predictions on TSO number 50, and we'll see what happens with that as we get to tonight's action with deadline. I think starting at 7, and then we got Collision, going head-to-head with that. But I'll probably watch Collision much later tonight, or like 10, 11 o'clock at night. So I'll do my review of deadline tonight, along with my predictions. So possibly a triple threat tonight on your Saturday for that ace, and then we'll get to that. On Sunday, we'll probably do another triple threat, but we'll see what happens with that, because I gotta do TNA Ring of Honor, I gotta do Collision, and if anything else comes up on Sunday, I'll try to do it, but it's Sunday, and I gotta watch the Niners, you know, so, and I got other things to do on my Sunday, but we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I am out of here. Thanks for watching, and until next time, if you're not down with all that I just said, especially my long-as-fuck rant, if you're not down with all that, well, to everybody I mentioned in the video, well, besides, you know, the good people like Issa and Joe Cronin and others that are good actual people, to everybody else that I mentioned that are bad people, well, fuck you, man. And that's it. Until next time, I'm Peter Joseph signing off.